Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, November 1st. Wow, a new month. A beautiful full moon up there. Nice to see some of you up early this morning. An hour earlier this morning. I love it. With this full moon, we are having a little lower tide, a lower low tide than normal. We'll see that as the sun comes up here. Still a little dark out here on the beach. Looks like fairly clear skies this morning, 75 degrees. Boy, I didn't think there'd be this many people out of bed. Nice. I'm just walking south on Vanderbilt Beach down towards Clam Pass here in North Naples. Kind of looking back as I'm walking here. The moon is setting to the west northwest. I don't know if it's clear out there on the horizon or not. Still hard to tell. Looks like there might be a bit of a haze out there. Boy, I saw some beautiful colors for a little while yesterday morning at the pier. That was fun, going down to the pier yesterday, seeing some dolphins, the fishermen, the waves, the surfers, the birds. Roy really enjoys going down to the pier. As much as I'd like to travel around to some other beaches right now, it's a little bit difficult with Roy. It's got to be somewhere that he can walk to easily from the car. Some of our other beaches are a pretty good walk. Hey, speaking of our buddy Roy, he's looking for somebody to go to First Watch with this afternoon. I've got other plans for this afternoon. Roy's wanting to go to First Watch. He's wondering if there's anybody out there that wants to join him for his blueberry pancakes at First Watch around 1:30 this afternoon. He's looking for a ride to First Watch. Jennifer Ann asked for prayers for her mom, Pat. Her mom is having some health issues, and she would like our prayers. So please keep Jennifer's mom, Pat, in your prayers. I heard our friend Emily Powers is not feeling well, so keep Emily in your prayers. Anybody else that has some prayer requests, please feel free to add them into the comments here. Let our beach family know. It can be prayers for you, a family member, a friend, one of your pets. Feel free. You don't have to go into a lot of detail. If you need some prayers, let us know. Got some wonderful people here watching. A wonderful, caring group. Yeah, it looks hazy. Looks like there's a haze in the air as I look to the south. Got a little glow in the sky here, a little bit of a tint. Yeah, now I'm starting to see some clouds here. It looked pretty clear earlier, but now that the sun's coming up, looks like there's a few thin, wispy clouds here. They're actually getting a little color to them. But look at that low tide. Look at that. The tide is still going out. Like I said earlier, I think it's going to be an extra low tide today. Because of that full moon. I don't know if I can zoom in on the moon. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in focus. It's behind some clouds also. Now, looks like a UFO. I love it. I love this, getting out here early like this. We'll go up to Del Norwegians a little bit later this morning and do another live feed. Absolutely gorgeous out here. First day of November. Just a slight little breeze. 75 degrees. Absolutely awesome. Thanks for getting out of bed. Thanks for getting up early and tuning in. Juan, good morning. Vanderbilt Beach up in North Naples, Florida. Little wave action here along the shore, along the edge of the sandbar. Other than that, it looks relatively flat out there in the Gulf. Good morning, Virginia. Wilkie, good morning. Barbara, how are you feeling this morning? Barbara? Keep Barbara in your prayers. Good morning, Dorothy. Got a little pink in the clouds here this morning, a little color out there in the Gulf. I'm happy to hear that, Barbara. All Saints Day, that's today, All Saints Day. Okay, thanks for the reminder, Sharon. Cheers to your husband. God bless him. Him and Dave are up there in heaven celebrating. All right, it's getting a little brighter out here now in the water. Keep my eyes peeled for a dolphin. A dolphin or two maybe breaching the surface out here. You never know what we're gonna see. The water feels great. The water temperature is right around 82 degrees. Not even ankle deep here where I am. Hey, thanks, Rose. I know Roy's sitting back on the beach enjoying the moon and that little pinkish hue in the sky. He'll be telling me all about that. Did you see it? He always says, did you see that? Did you see the clouds? Did you see that sky? Oh boy. Roy's been getting luckier than me the past several mornings, seeing more dolphins than me. Apparently, last time we were out here, a couple dolphins came right up close to where he was sitting on the beach here at Vanderbilt. One of our pelican friends going by. What an awesome morning. Again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a friend. I like the sun coming up early in the morning. I'm not a fan of sunset at 5:30 tonight. Sunset at around 5:30 this evening. Crazy. I saw a post this morning on Facebook from one of our local meteorologists here in town, and he said the sun will not be setting after 6 p.m. in Southwest Florida until January. Man, until January, the sun will not be setting until after 6 p.m. Well, you know what that means. A 5:30 sunset. Maybe I'll be able to come out and do some sunset beach walks. However, my body clock really doesn't change. My body clock starts in the morning at sunrise with my beach walks. So it really doesn't matter what time it is. I put the same amount of hours in. No matter what time the sun comes up and the sun goes down, it makes no difference to me. I don't even change my clock. Some of our little white ibis friends making their way down the beach, doing their little ibis thing. Good morning, boys and girls. I love the early morning colors before it gets too bright out. You can really see the colors in the ibises before those whites get too bright with the bright sunlight. That one there was still with the dark feathers on its head. I think they're undecided which way they want to go now. If they're going to turn around. Nope. Hey, bud. You back there, your friends are going the other way. Yoo-hoo. It's like they don't have a care in the world except for finding something to eat. That's their mission. The white ibises. And the other one's still up the beach in its own little world, its own little ibis world. Over here to the right of me. Trying to get the camera level. Hang on a second. It's fighting me here. You can still see the moon there. Barely. Barely, barely. Looks like there's quite a haze out there. I don't think we're going to get to see it. Trying to get the camera to focus on it. Sorry. It wants to, but it's trying. It's trying. It gets it for just a split second. Just a little. I think it's a little too hazy out there for it. Almost. Come on, camera. You can do it. Yeah, that's about the best it's gonna get. Sorry. Sorry. Doesn't look blue to me. Who wants to sing the song Blue Moon? Who wants to serenade us this morning? Morning. Well, I haven't seen any dolphins popping out of the water yet. Darn it. Boy, sand's really soft along here. I just sunk right down in. Hey, I can see you.
Yeah, nice that daylight again.
Like I said earlier, the tide is still going out here. Pretty low right now and getting lower. I'm assuming that's partially due to our full moon. See the moon out there, the little white dot in the center of the screen, just the top center there. Some little waves out here playing tricks on my eyes. Just little ripples out in the water every once in a while. They're deceiving me. Come on, bring one in here for me. Bring one in, reel one in here for me. A ladyfish. They don't count. Oh yeah, it's a snook out here. I was seeing something jumping around out there. Oh, is that what they are? Yeah. Is that ladyfish? Ah. Right. They're long gone. Do you ever keep anything? That's what I was wondering. I was thinking, what are you going to do if you catch something really nice? Really? This is gorgeous out here on the sandbar. Pelicans have just been making their way down the beach. Just when I get up to the pelicans, they get up out of the water and fly further down the beach. There's a bunch of them down there. And there they go again. That was an osprey that just swooped through the frame there. Good morning.
What do you do with all this footage? I
It
see
just-
you every day.
Oh, it goes on Facebook Live.
Oh, you're
So I just walk. That's okay. It's people like hearing other people
Interrupting your
talking.
feed. So,
That's
yeah,
okay.
it's a
So
beautiful
people come now. There's only 29, but I walk the beach, and if I see anything interesting, we stop and look and talk.
Sometimes there's
So
nice
it's
things. It's
but
interactive.
in the course of the morning of 3,000-4,000 people watch it. Yeah. And they're all friends, so they'll come on for 15 minutes and they chat with each other
From here or from around?
all around the world.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's remarkable.
Southwest Florida Television on
That's
Facebook.
such a- oh,
Yeah.
So it's part of a TV show.
Well, no, that's just
Oh,
that's the name of my
personal
Facebook page. Yeah.
Southwest.
Florida Television.
Oh, so if
It's
I
like
ever
think
don't
where you
wake
are.
up, I can.
There you go. You can see what the beach looks like in the morning. I come here. Sometimes I go down to the Naples Pier. I go up to Delnor Wiggins Pass State Park.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Nice one.
I have a friend, an older gentleman friend that I bring to the beach with me, and he just sits up on the beach. So I'm kind of limited to where I can go. He needs to be close to the water. Yeah, but
I find it very relaxing because
oh, it's great.
my husband passed away last
Oh,
week.
I'm
He was
sorry.
terminally
Oh,
ill,
I'm sorry.
and it just brings me so much.
This is the best
peace.
place to come to clear your
I
mind,
come
and
in the morning. I come at night.
I like it now. The earlier sunrise.
It's like it's going to be a super clear day.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet
Yes.
you.
Yep. Yep. Did you get something? What'd you get, Matt? What is that? Oh, man. That is a big, big ladyfish. That thing is huge. Man. I've never seen them that big. I'd like to see an osprey get a hold of that. Wouldn't be able to carry it. Man, that is a big ladyfish. All those Asian guys up at Wiggins, they keep those. He told me they mash them up. It's like, okay, as long as they're not in a local restaurant. That thing was huge. That was one big ladyfish. Wow. You know what I noticed on the beach the other day, down by the pier, while I was just walking along when I wasn't filming or anything, there was a bunch of coquinas washed up on the beach to the south of the pier. Just piles of coquina shells, little coquinas. They were mostly like white and yellow. I didn't see those crazy pinks and blues and greens and purples and oranges. They were mostly all white. I don't know why that was. But there was a ton of them. I know a lot of people collect those little coquinas and use them for art, make pictures out of them just because of the multiple colors. My mother used to actually do that when I was a little kid. It's getting about time for me to turn around and start making my trek back up the beach here. Probably go down here just a little bit further. Give you a peek up to the north here. Oh, Patty, thank you for the stars. I appreciate that. I appreciate your saying, what does that say? Your session had expired. What does that mean? Facebook closed you out and it said your session had expired. That's bizarre. Liliana, good morning. We're just walking south on Vanderbilt Beach in North Naples, Florida, if you're just tuning in here. You're just getting used to the time change. We've been out here since about 6:15 this morning. Be doing the same tomorrow morning. It's all weather permitting, of course. It's all about the weather. If it's overcast, I gotta wait a little longer to start the live feed. Just gotta wait for a little daylight. The moon is kind of fading behind the haze out there right now in the Gulf. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on a second. I can't even see it there. I can barely see it in the center of the screen. See it up there in the top center? That faint little glow there of the full moon. Believe me, it's there. You should be able to see it. That's weird, Hilke. Boy, that tide is really low down here to the south. Man. I'll bet you there's no water in Clam Pass. I bet you there's no water at Clam Pass. I'm almost tempted to walk down to Clam Pass this morning and not go to Del Norwegians. Are you gonna go down to Clam Pass?
Yeah, you don't make it that far, but yeah.
It looks kind of tempting this morning. It's probably gonna be empty.
I know. Is the trams working down there?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if they're doing that.
It's so empty. I don't think so.
I am tempted to go down to Clam Pass. I don't know. It's a nice little walk. We're about halfway down there. I don't know. Why don't you guys give me an idea of where you want me to go? You want me to keep going down to Clam Pass, or you want me to turn around and then go up to Del Norwegians for a little while? Let me know what you think. Early morning, huh? I love it.
Very early morning.
There's so many nice people out here in the morning. Got one vote for Wiggins. Virginia, we've been down there several times now in my morning walks. I'm surprised you missed that. Oh, Rose, you're getting outvoted. Looks like the Clam Pass people have spoken. The sun's just starting to rise up over the trees here. Now we're getting into the unspoiled part of the beach. No condos along here. Really nice. This last mile down to Clam Pass, mile and a half or so, whatever it is. There might be a lot of birds down here at the pass. I got a feeling though it's going to be empty. There's not going to be any water in it. It's going to look like just a little stream. I put a sweatshirt on this morning. Just because I was thinking it's going to be a little windier out here, and now I'm regretting it. And you can see how low the tide is here. Look at that. I'll bet you there's some sand dollars out there. Maybe on the way back we'll look for some sand dollars out there, because the tide should be even lower on the way back. Southwest Florida.
Yeah.
Television.
So SW, or you spell it out?
It's spelled out, or you could do it SWFL TV. You'll find it on
Is
Facebook.
it on Facebook?
Yep,
It's on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep. Southwest Florida. Just think Southwest Florida.
Florida.
Television.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have a great day. Sorry about your husband. Nice lady. I was chatting with a little earlier. Curiosity gets the best of a lot of people. They see me here in the mornings over and over with the camera and the gimbal walking the beach, and they're curious as to what I'm doing. They're like, what do you do with all that video? Well, it's live and it's going to Facebook. I said our beach family is watching as we speak. And she had told me she had just lost her husband a week ago. And she's been coming out here just to clear her mind every morning. And this is definitely the place to come, to clear your mind, to clear your thoughts. There's no place like the beach. No better place than the beach to come out and get in touch with the Creator, our Creator. Leave your woes behind. Well, the moon has disappeared behind the clouds out there. We started down by those condos this morning down there. I'm just taking a slow stroll to the south. And apparently we're going to Clam Pass. We are on our way to Clam Pass. I might have to break this live feed into a couple parts here, just to let the camera cool off for a few minutes. But as you can see, the tide is really out here. I'm not looking closely, but I am glancing down here and once in a while looking for some sand dollars. None of them have caught my eye yet. I'm sure they're out here. It's so neat looking down the beach there like that at all the little humps. All the little humps. That's pretty cool. You can see how uneven it is here. Okay, I think we're getting down into sand dollar country down here. I think is where I saw tons of them the last time I was down here for low tide. It's hit and miss though. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. We have had some pretty big waves. So it could have pulled them all off the sandbars and out into the Gulf. Little piece of finger coral here. Kind of interesting textures there. Little pieces of finger coral that broke off. One of our reefs. Here's something kind of neat. Just a sliver. It's just a tiny little sliver of a pen shell. P-E-N, big pen shell, but what's neat is let's see if I can get it to shine here. The iridescent, let's see if I can get it over here, turn around. The iridescent colors, it's not really picking up on them. See that? They actually use this. They cut them and use them in little pieces of jewelry. The sand isn't helping on there, darn it. Anyway, you get the idea. It's got a really neat little shine to it. See the greens and blues, purples. The pen shell, a little sliver of a pen shell. And there's the old sun. There's the old sun. Whew, it's really getting warm out here now. I've been seeing several little crabs on the beach. There's a nice little fighting conch shell. Is there something living in there? Nope, it's empty. But this is a really nice one. This needs a little scrubbing here. It's got a nice point on it. Really nice point, nice tip. Great Florida fighting conch shell. Still haven't spotted any sand dollars. I think we got about another mile to go to Clam Pass here. About another mile. So hang in there. Or go freshen up your coffee. Grab another donut. Pass me a donut, please. I love a nice, hot, fresh glazed donut right now. Good morning, everyone. Whoever's just tuning in, welcome. Welcome to the Southwest Florida Television Beach family. We are up in North Naples, Florida, walking south from Vanderbilt Beach down to Clam Pass this morning. Nice little walk. Oh, I'm good on the candy, Jan. Are you trying to entice me with candy, Jan? This is the day to go out and buy your candy supply. Woo-hoo. The day after Halloween and the day after Easter, man, oh man. Head to Walmart and stock up on your candy for the year. This is the best part of the beach here. There's no homes or condos jammed up on the beach. Kind of feels like you're nowhere right here in this stretch, just out in no man's land. I love it. Could hear an osprey or something calling out from the woods over there, from in the woods. There is an osprey nest on a stand here. Looks like a head sticking up out of it as well. It looks like a head sticking out of the nest. I believe it's an osprey. Ooh, one just flew into it. I don't know if it's an eagle or an osprey. Did you catch that? The sun's right in my eyeballs. See it up there right in the center of the screen? It just left. It was a pretty good sized osprey. Landed there for just a split second. Just a split second. What they'll do is, if there was a tree there that fell over in a hurricane or something with an osprey nest, they'll build one of those stands, erect a stand like that. Kind of neat. Starting to see a little light at the end of the tunnel here. See the coconut palms down at Clam Pass, down at the Pelican Bay Clubhouse down there. The Pelican Bay Beach Club, whatever the heck they call it. There's a lot of shells up higher on the beach here. Nice little black scallop shell. Lots of little cockles. Here's a spiny piece of a spiny cockle here. There's 3 different cockle shells right there. Look at that. The little cockle shells. Oh, there was something here I wanted to grab. And where to go? Getting a bad connection. That's not good. See if I move down the beach if the connection comes back. That's not a good sign. There it is. Maybe it's because I had the camera tilted down. Got some very bad areas here for when it comes to cellular connection and Sprint and T-Mobile. I figured the service would get better when they teamed up, but it seems like it got worse. They certainly didn't come down in price. Looks like a lot of red drift algae up ahead of me. Looks like there's just a big concentration of it up on the beach ahead of me. I wonder why. Just that one area. It must have something to do with Clam Pass and the currents. I've not seen any sand dollars. Very strange. Oh, I know what I saw back there that I wanted to pick up, darn it. It was a beautiful, here's one here. There was a beautiful one of these jewel box shells back there with all the horns, the spikes sticking out of it. This has a couple of them, but there was one back there on the beach. I wanted to grab it and I forgot. Had some really long spikes on it. It's really cool looking. That's what happens. I bend over, I start picking up shells. It's kind of weird. I bend down into start picking stuff up from a big pile of shells. Then I lose sight of something that I just saw when I first bent over. I can't find it. It's weird. I mean, you can sit there and stare at a pile of shells and all of a sudden something jumps out at you. I mean, it's been there the whole time, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at that. And especially if you walk down the beach one way, you know, you got the sun hitting it from one side, you walk the other way on the other side of them. Like say the shells were here on my left, if I come back down the beach, I'd walk with them on my right, and with the different shadows, you see different things. That happens all the time. That's why it's best to kind of make a full circle. When you come across a pile of shells, make a full circle around them. Because the lighting can definitely play tricks on your eyes. Well, here's a piece of a sand dollar, darn it. Just a sliver of one. Just the edge of a sand dollar. Last time I was down here, they were just all over the place. It's even hard collecting them because they're so darn fragile. If I put them in my pocket, I wind up breaking them. I'll bend over to pick something else up and I hear snap or crunch. Hey, something I haven't seen in a long time. Something I haven't seen in a long, long time. A live fighting conch. Here is a live fighting conch. A little one. Wash the sand off him. See if he comes out here. You see why they call him a fighting conch. If he comes out, you'll see his pointy little foot. See if he comes out here, starts thrashing around. You can see his eye, his little eye down over there looking at me. See it over there on the right side in the shell there? Looking right at me. Oh no, that's his little siphon. Where's his eye? He's curled up in there. His little foot, his little pointy foot sticking out there. They come out and they'll poke you with that. If you put these in your pocket, you'll know you got a live one. See his little pointy foot there on the left? Surprised he hasn't come out. They're usually pretty feisty. This is the first live fighting conch that I have picked up on the beach since our red tide several years ago. And you can see it's a little one. How neat is that? Just a little one. Nice little shell. Whoop, there he comes. I turn him upside down and he comes out trying to get me. See him thrashing around there? Get some light on him if I can. Ooh. Come on. There is a live fighting conch. Watch he don't get me. Watch he doesn't get me with that little razor sharp foot. There you go. That's what lives in the fighting conch shells. Look at him go. I'm going to put him down. Put him down in the sand. He's had enough tormenting. Sorry, bud. He'll come out and flip himself over here. Let's see if I turn him into the sun. He should come out and turn himself over. Yeah, he senses me still here. Put him closer to the water. Not that close. Come on, bud. I just want everybody to see how you use that foot to turn yourself over. Well, Mother Nature did it for us. Mother Nature turned him over. I'm just gonna anchor him in the sand there. He'll be happy as a conch. All right. Yeah, that was fun. That was cool. Something a little different. And in my pocket, I have a larger. It's an adult. The shell of an adult. Oh my gosh, this one is alive. It was in my pocket. I looked in there, checked it twice. This is a live one. He didn't stick me, thankfully. This is a much bigger one. Look at this one. The conchs are back. Our conchs are back. I love it. Our fighting conchs are back. There's his two eyes. If you look really close, you can see his two eyes in there. Come on, focus. Two little eyes looking at me over on the right side there. Nice. Well, you're gonna go back home to the water here. He's tucking up in his shell. You can see that much larger foot on this one. I'm surprised it didn't jab me. Nice shell. This is a really nice shell. That's why I picked it up. That is so cool. I'm glad I took it out. I'm glad I took it out to look at. It's not very active. Not a very active fighting conch. Normally when they're this size, they're really nasty. See his eye coming out on the end of that little tube over there on the right? He's camera shy. This little guy is camera shy. Oh, back to the water for you, buddy. Back to the water for you. Florida fighting conch. That is cool. Little things like that excite me. Doesn't take much to make me happy. All right, there he is, back at home in the sand. Something when you find these live shells on the beach. When you find a live fighting conch or anything else, don't heave it out into the water as far as you can. Don't throw it out like a baseball. Just take it and sit it out in the water. You actually shock the little critters by throwing them like that. You saw what I did. I just kind of anchored them in the sand so he doesn't get tossed around by the waves. Here's all that. Look at this, that red drift algae. Look at it all. Look how much there is here. There could be some interesting stuff buried in there. You could find some interesting sea life sometimes. I've sadly dead. I found a couple seahorses in this stuff. It's not going to hurt anything. Don't confuse this with red tide. This is red drift algae, and just the biggest problem it causes is it stinks when it starts to dry up and decompose. There's an incredible amount of it along the beach right here. We are coming up on Clam Pass, in case you're wondering. We're just about there at low tide, which will be kind of interesting to see what it looks like. If there's any water in the pass. Hey, thank you for the stars. I see some folks gave me some stars this morning. I appreciate that. You guys are wonderful. It's your financial support, your friendship and financial support that allow me to come out here and spend this time in the morning with you. Remember that. Friendship and financial support. You guys sharing my posts. Very important. Those of you that have made that decision to become a regular monthly supporter of Southwest Florida Television, thank you for doing that. $4.99 a month. The price of a cup of good coffee. Not even really good coffee. Those of you that have made that choice, thank you. Some of you send stars, and you're supporters, you do it all. Also, those of you that, there's a link here in the description of this post to my Facebook account. Those of you that send a little token of appreciation, a little thank you, a contribution to my PayPal account now and then, thank you for doing that as well. That is absolutely awesome, because Facebook doesn't take a percentage of that. Everything done on Facebook, they get a pretty hefty percent. So thank you. Thank you for being so kind. Clam Pass just ahead of me. The beach club, the Pelican Bay Beach Club over there on the left. Of course, that's private. Yeah, lots of red drift algae down here. It looks like a lot out in the water here. More fighting conchs. I love it. More fighting conchs over here. There's another one on the beach. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love seeing these guys out here. I've not seen any up at Del Norwegians. Here they are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can see his little eyes. See his two little eyes over there on the right side? Get that sand off him. See if he stays out. See if he peeks out at me again here with those little eyes on those little tubes. Oh, darn it. There was a big cockle shell over here somewhere. I saw it in the... I think it's a live cockle. Put the little fighting conch down. I want to show you this live cockle shell. That's cool. Man, what a treat. What a treat. Show you that live cockle. I think I saw another, a whole cockle here that's not alive that I can add to my collection. There's a nice one. There is a nice one. That's going in my pocket. Beautiful cockle shell there. That's going in my pocket. Then I want to show you the other one that's dead, or that's alive. That one, obviously, I showed you is dead. I want to show you something cool. A beautiful cockle. Beautiful color patterns on these cockle shells. But something that is really, really cool. Our friend Barbara Grove, the shell lady. Remember her from Del Norwegians? Hopefully she'll be down maybe this month from Minnesota. But you take these cockles and you turn them on their end, and what do you see? It's a heart. It makes a heart, the cockle shell heart. How cool is that? And look at the other side. Looks almost like an angel, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like an angel? Look really close. Use your imagination. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. So glad I get to share things like this with you. It's been a while. That's what makes these beach walks fun. We just never know what we're going to see out here. We never know where we're going to see it, when we're going to see it, what we're going to see. Beautiful cockle shell. The cockle heart. Put this guy back. Let the waves carry it back out. Another live fighting conch buried in the sand. I love it. I am one happy camper. Look at the beautiful stripes on that shell. See, aren't you glad you stuck around for the walk down here this morning? So cool. Look at those stripes. Look at those color patterns on that fighting conch shell. This has turned out to be an awesome walk. An awesome walk. Some very neat stones, pebbles out here as well. Fossils. Del Norwegians. Can find some really nice fossils to the north of us up at Del Norwegians. Beautiful little spiny jewel box shell. Half of a jewel box shell. This one's kind of lost its color inside. They're usually pink inside. Wow. What else? What else are we gonna see here? It's getting hot. Getting hot. I know some of you are already seeing snow, and I'm out here complaining about the heat. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. So I'm walking in my bathing suit and bare feet down the beach. Yeah, this water is loaded with red drift algae out here. You can see the reddish brown tint in the water. Not hurting anything, not hurting a thing. Doesn't hurt humans or marine life. Oh, here is a beautiful little baby fighting conch. A beautiful, a live one, an absolutely gorgeous shell. A little baby. Look at this. Look at the stripes on that. Look at the color patterns. That is an incredible little shell right there. The Florida fighting conch, just a little one. Kind of sad that it's alive, but I'm happy it's alive. I'm really happy. That means we'll have more to come. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm glad I could help you get to the beach, Daryl. It's better than nothing, right? It's better than not being out here at all. Another live one over there, another live conch right down there. This is awesome. Now I want to find a big angel wing shell. Now I'm getting greedy. That water's got a reddish tint here, that brownish red tint from the tide going out in the pass. Gets all the tannins from the mangroves and the backwater and the runoff. Spills it out along the beach here. But this is Clam Pass. We have made it down to Clam Pass. I don't know if it opened up Over here, it looked like last time we were here it was getting ready to open up over there. The last time we were down here, this was where the mouth of the pass was, right here. But it looks like it did break through the sandbar over here to the left. It did open up over here on the left. If you go back and look at our old video, you'll see what I'm talking about. That tide is moving, still going out here. Lots and lots of birds over on the other side of the pass. The pass is very, very low. The water level is extremely low here. See, it's got that reddish brown color to it, the water. Listen to the birds. Normally where I'm walking is underwater. Look at the ledge here next to me. It's probably a good 3 feet. A good 3 feet. That's Park Shore, the condos on Park Shore. Down to the south there. That's Clam Pass Park on the other side here. That is a county park. That's where they have that boardwalk. You take the tram out on the boardwalk. I don't know if the trams are running with the COVID or not. It's quite a little hike to the beach on that boardwalk. I have walked it a couple times with camera gear, full-size camera gear at that, and drones. There's usually some shorebirds, wading birds down around the corner. It's kind of neat being able to get around here like this. Little snowy egret sitting there. Morning. Wow, we can almost walk across. I'm afraid I'd sink down. That sand gets really soft out there. No birds in here this morning. Yeah, it's still a pretty good little drop off right down here. It looks like it drops off pretty steep right down there. There we are at Clam Pass. We made it this morning. We made it down to the pass. How about that? Nice little walk. A nice little walk this morning. I'm gonna come back in here a little further. I believe this takes you into Outer Clam Bay. Back in here. Those are some of the condos in Pelican Bay. There's no birds. A lot of times there's some birds hanging out in here. Dolphins, manatees. This is a great spot for manatees. Well, you know what? I'm going to end this live feed. I'm going to start a second one here shortly. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Go freshen up your coffee, have a donut, have some cereal, have an omelet, whatever you do, have a smoothie. And I'll be back for part 2 of my Sunday morning beach walk. We'll be starting here at Clam Pass and heading north up to Vanderbilt Beach. If I don't see you later, have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Happy November 1st. Stay safe. Hit the share button. Thanks for the stars. Thank you for your financial support. Hopefully I'll see you shortly. Tally-ho, everyone. Tally-ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.